Okay. So I'm the colleague from Manuela Imre, and her story was published in the magazine Abenteuer und Reisen, that means adventure and traveling. And the story was about Cuba, the western part of Cuba, and so it's a story about the part of the country that is not so well known for the tourists. So it's besides the hotels and all the stuff. So she was just adventuring the new Cuba. The new old Cuba.
I hear the word a lot, adventure. Is this something that the German writer, the German journalist, and the average German is excited about?
So I think, so our magazine is called Adventure and Traveling, so of course we are focused on adventure, but I think a lot of Germans, they love having some adventures, to know the country where they're going to, not just lying on the beach. That's one part, of course, but also to develop the country, to see some new things. For example, they're climbing or they're hiking and get to know the country on its own way.
One of your colleagues here loved the food and the culture and everything else. She loved the silence. What fascinates you about the Caribbean?
I think the people, and it's in all her stories, all our stories, that we want to get to know the people that live in the country, and to hear the stories what they're telling us, and that is also the fascinating for our readers, and I think for a lot of Germans as well, that they want to know, okay, what do the locals tell us, and that is a kind of adventure as well.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
My name is Sven Schneider. I won with the second prize for my report about Jamaica's east and Port Antonio area. And my main goal was to make a story without Bob Marley, because it was published in the jubilee year of Bob Marley's death, I think. And for me it was sure that nearly every article will deal with Bob Marley here, Bob Marley there, with reggae, rum, rasta. And I wanted to make a story without that. So I tried first to make a story about the Blue Mountain Coffee in Jamaica. And then after that, for some other stories, I choose at least the wildlife of Port Antonio and Port Antonio region. And it was much fun.
And what was it like putting the story together and telling the story?
It was great. It was fun because in the week I was there, I had so many angles. I met so many persons and so many very interesting aspects that I had the problem to put nearly everything in it or do several stories with several angles. And this is what I decided to do. Because I don't think that a story is good to read when you put everything in it, only to focus on one point and then strengthen this point. And it was easy in Jamaica.
What excites you about the Caribbean?
The nature, especially the nature and the food. Because, you know, the good climate and the good beaches you have in other regions of the world too. Maybe not the same, but similar. But the food and the culture is unique, and I love that.
My name is Ursula Scheer, and I'm writing for Frankfurter Allgemeine Zeitung.
And you're a winner tonight, right?
Yes, I'm the winner.
Story.
Yes, that's very nice.
Tell us about the story that you wrote.
The story is about silence. I was in search of silence, and because the Caribbean is not all about music and party and having fun. There's a lot of great nature where you can find real silence, and there is nothing going on but the wind and the sounds of nature. That's very beautiful.
And you wrote about Dominica, is it?
I wrote about Antigua and Barbuda. And when you go hiking in Antigua and when you're on the beach in Barbuda, there is perfect silence, and I think that's something most people don't know but should know.
How do you avoid these lovely beaches and everything that is going on and just go totally silent?
Well, I didn't avoid them, but
You couldn't, could you?
no, I couldn't. But I went hiking for an. It's another aspect you usually don't see. So I recommend to go to the beaches and to hike too.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.